Welcome to LiveLifeToTheFullest.tv, your co-pilot for life.
Like the butterfly, our lives are too defined by change. We were all once infants, naive, pure, and free. But time doesn't stop for anybody. And with time comes change. We grow up and experience changes in our bodies, our values, our minds. While change is inevitable, we can take control of it. Here, at LiveLifeToTheFullest.tv, we can guide you to direct the changes in your life and yourself. Join our journey of self-improvement as we metamorphosize you into your ideal self.
In our program, we'd like to continue to advocate every individual, every family, every community, and every organization to find ways and means to live life to their fullest. And we hope that with tonight's program, what we are sharing with you is something that can deepen your life to the next level. And we're going to talk about how we can know our significant other better. Who is your significant other? Your spouse? Your family members? Like your children? Or your little pet? Whichever is the case, how can you know them better? I am Roland Ang, your tonight's host for Live Life to the Fullest, and again, we'll talk about knowing your significant others. But before we go there, let's do a little recap of what we have done last week. And we talk about how to really know yourself as one of the ideas to live life to the fullest. And firstly, of course, you can know yourself through your own family background and your family history. And dig a little deeper. You can even ask your parents, you can also check with your grandparents. That's how you're going to know a little bit more. And the next, of course, is to base on your own experience. Well, that depends on your age. The older you are, the more experience you will have. And that actually made up of who you are. And third, your expertise. Likelihood is what you have gone through your education career and what you have learned in the whole skill training process. And with that, most likely you can tell who you are. Well, provided it's something that you will love to do. Which comes next, which is your passion. By knowing your passion is really a way to know deep about yourself. And we believe that with passion, it has already been innate or part of your body system, your mind, and your health. And next is something that it is based on your perspective, which is how you look at your own personality. You can think that you are an energetic one, you can think that you are the melancholy one, or you can think that you're the sanguine type. Now, whichever case is a matter of your own perception, and that is perfectly alright because you are your best judge. The next, well, if you want something a little bit more systematic, which is based on DISC, personality profiling. Well, it's a set of questionnaires you fill up, and that's how you get to know yourself better. Because from there, it will tell your own personality traits and your behavior, which likelihood you're going to exhibit quite often. Well, if you want something that is more certain, which will be your biometric profiling. And what does it mean? Well, it's just basically measuring the brain waves that's coming out from your brain. And how we do that? Well, simply we just take your fingerprint. And with that fingerprint, voila! That's how we're going to able to generate a kind of report. Then right after that you read through, well, you can have a deeper understanding of how your brain works. And basically, there are 10 functions. With these 10 functions, you will know actually what kind of innate abilities that you have. And most probably, you never know. Because it might have been hidden. And this will be a good time to really resurface it because that is actually your natural talent. And last but not least, is really go deep into your DNA. And by understanding your DNA, you know and understand about your personality. Well, by knowing your temperament, your emotional factor, So this really constitutes of how you can understand yourself better. So we hope that that is something that you can think about in terms of knowing yourself. So the rest of tonight, we're going to explore how are you going to know your significant others better. Again, you ask yourself this question: who is your significant others? But before we go into that, let's us be inspired or reminded of something that is going to inspire us. But before we go into this wisdom quote, let's think about how important are your loved ones to you. Now, with this wisdom quote that we're going to share with you, we are also going to invite our 4 gurus. Yes, we have 4 gurus coming in, 4 experts coming in, well, to give their point of view and what they think about the wisdom quote. And it's really up to you to decide whether you agree with them or not. Well, anyway, there's really no right or wrong. It's a matter of perspective. Whichever case, we hope that the expert will be able to add some flavor to this wisdom quote that we are sharing with you. So with that, we're going to introduce our expert DISC. But before I introduce them one by one, let us watch this wisdom quote. Here we go. This is something from Walt Disney. Imagine that he has built an empire, business empire out of Mickey Mouse. And yet, he still states, "They never neglect your family." So, how important are your loved ones to you? Now, even Walt Disney has his own view. But before we continue, let us, check with our expert, our DISC. So with that, any takers? Okay, wait. Let me think. A man should never neglect his family for business. Now, from a psychosocial point of view, this is very important. Relationship is more important than any other thing because of mental health. Every human being will need support. Mental support, psychosocial support. And if anyone in a member has this family bonding, this mental stress will be released. So this is an excellent quote. How is it? Wow, thank you, Dr. C. I hope that this is something that is not too cheap for you. I hope that is something that you can understand. Not me. Yeah. Whichever case, I hope that this is another perspective of what this wisdom quote is all about. I believe that you have your own thinking, and I hope that there will be some takeaway from you. So with that, let's go into this 100 ideas how to live life to the fullest. And with that, let us start with this topic. How are you going to know your significant others? So with that, let's talk about vision and life goals. If you want to know your significant other, one way is really to understand his or her vision and life goals. And maybe this is something that you can ask him or her, so that from there you can understand what he or she thinks about the future. And that is something because you were able to find whether are you aligned with each other. Now sometimes when you want to understand the vision and life goals, you may also want to take some opportunity to look back into his or her past. And that will also give you a better idea how the vision and the life goal comes about. Well, while talking about the past, it may be a little sensitive. So this is really requiring you, to be sensitive. And if you think that it's going to be a little bit complicated talking about the past, then wait for the right time or wait for your significant other to be ready to share something that from their past. So I hope that with this first little step is how you can know your significant others a little better. So this is our first approach, how to know your significant others. So with that, let's proceed now to the next inspirational quote. And this inspirational quote is helping us to reflect again. How important is having a goal in your family? Now, does your family really need a goal? Does it really help your family to move forward? Now, later on, we're going to invite one of our experts to share their point of view. But I need you all to think a little deeper. So with that, let us go through this wisdom quote. Here we go. Coming from Zig Ziglar, and we know that he is a very prolific motivational speaker. And this is something that he said. Now let's hear what our expert think of what Zig Ziglar has shared with all of us. Any takers? Yes, you're not only just seeing your goal right in front of you, you were able to take action. Now take note again, do not just have a goal. Take action. Only that way, then your goal can come true. Wow, thank you, Mr. D. Wow, you're not bad. You seem to know a lot. Wow, well, very assertive, right? I'm not sure whether is it too strong for you. But nevertheless, he has a point. And no matter what it is, what is important is for you to take action. Well, it's for you to think about. So with that, let's continue with this topic about how to know your significant others a little better. So with that, the second point, of course, is to understand their temperament and their energy level. The temperament basically it just means that how they actually react to things, to matters, to issue. And they can react differently. They can react by being sad. They can react by being angry. They can be very optimistic no matter how bad is the situation. They may even think that it is fun. So whichever case depends really on their temperament. And by noticing their temperament, this is actually a way to understand them better. And with temperament, it is also correlated to the energy level. Some of the personality has lower energy, and then that's where you know that how they respond to things. They can be very calm, or they can be very reactive. Whichever case, that is where you can understand their emotional level and how they view things, how they see things, and how they will react to it. So with that, that is something that, well, for us to think about. And to think about it, sometimes this kind of reaction can be within their control or it can't be within their control. Again, well, there's a little more deeper issue about that. Whichever case, this is the second method or second way for you to know your significant others better. So with that, let us be inspired again by another wisdom quote. So with that, let's think. For reflection, how important is developing positive energy in our children? How can we do that? And we know that positive energy, it is powerful. With that positive energy, they are willing to do things by being very self-motivating. They can be very proactive to get things done without even you trying to push them. But how do we develop that? So we hope that the next wisdom quote is going to give us some inspiration or reminders. Here we go. It's a matter of understanding what is energy and what it can do for us. Energy can come in many, many forms. And in many, many forms that we don't quite really understand. Now, we only understand energy as being a physical energy. But how about mental energy? How about spiritual energy? Now, this is something that really for us to think about. But before that, let's hear what our expert is going to say about this quote. Any takers here? Yes! Energy is everything. My goodness, we need to be energetic, so that this one will make every one of us happy. Are you very sure? You know what you're talking about? What is important is be happy. Anything also must be happy. Good things, be happy about it. Bad things also, be happy about it. Just be happy. So let the energy come. Absorb the energy. Go to the sun and absorb the sun energy. Go to the sea. Absorb the sound energy. Anywhere you go and absorb the energy. Can already. That's the way. Energy, energy, energy. Thank you. Thank you, Mr. I. Wow, I can feel the energy from him. Now, in case you want to know how the other experts are having their point of view, well, actually, you can find out their perspective from our Telegram channel. We are looking forward for you to join us so that you can also able to, see how the other experts also think about the wisdom quote. And we hope that with different perspective, you will have a better understanding of what that quote is all about. So with this, let's continue with what we want to share today, and that is how to know your significant others better. Well, approach number one is to really know about their past, their vision, and their life goals. Second is to understand their temperament and their energy level. Now, for the third one is really self-control and discipline. Is that really important? The thing is that this most probably is not your consideration when you're going through courtship. What is more important is that you want to have fun time, right, with your boyfriend, with your girlfriend. So is self-control and discipline really important as a couple, especially married couple? I hope that, of course, you will continue with the romance. But what we know is that when you come together, after your marriage, there'll be a lot of things that you want to fulfill together. I believe that there'll be small projects that you want to make it happen. You have big projects that you want to make it happen. And there are some permanent projects that is not going to go away. Well, example, having children. And you cannot just give them out anytime you want. And with all this project coming out, you've got to work together. And in other words, there will be challenges, issues that you need to face together, overcome them, and from there create your own happiness. And without having both of them to have self-discipline or self-control, there'll be many things that will not happen, and that can be very frustrating for each other. So what you're really looking for from your significant other is whether this person, what level of self-control he or she has, and whether she's a disciplined person. And I think this is where, through your daily observation, you are able to tell. And you know that whether this person you can trust. Of course, if you're already together, what is important is that through this point of view, you can understand that why certain things can be done so quickly and certain things cannot be done, well, according to your own expectation. If that's the case, can self-control and discipline be the one? So this is something that you want to observe from your significant others so that you can see how you can work better, so that you can help each other to really accomplish through all the projects that you have laid in front of both of you. So with that, I hope that this is something that you can think about, how you can know your significant others better. So if you want to find out more, and make sure that you join our Telegram channel. Now this is a channel that we will share with you regularly with information, and so that you can continue to be inspired. And we'd like to share with you a BounceSG story. How important does setting a good example plays an important part in your children's development? In other words, if you want your children to grow healthily, whether in terms of their performance, or whether in terms of their achievement, or whether in terms of their relationship, or even about their ethics or the way they do things, how? And is setting a good example play an important role? And sometimes we ponder why our children is not doing according to our expectation. Now, is this something that we can think about? Now, the following person that is going to share, he has so much wisdom. He's a simple man, but yet it inspired me because, though simple, he is actually being so-called driven by very, very strong positive value. And thought that his sharing is so sincere. So we hope that through his sharing is something that for us to be inspired and for us to really think about. So with this, let us welcome Mr. Lin and his story. Mr. Lin.
我姓林的，我大概是20岁开始做工，做到40岁，到40岁20年我做政府工，到40岁的时候，到50岁的时候我在工厂做工10年，到50岁的时候我就开始退休了，驾德机啦，跟人家送货啦，做一些杂工这样。我本身是从印尼过来的。 我小时候没有父亲，啊，母亲养大。男人呢，很注意孩子的教育，他是很刻苦耐劳，对家庭有点责任感。父母一代都是希望孩子受教育，啊，他讲受教育是可以改变人的一生。我对孩子的教育就是给他们自由，我没有给他们给压力，就是他们要做什么，就是不要做犯法的事情就可以。 自由的教育就是他们要做他们喜欢的工作，他们所要的东西，给他们很多，给他们空间，给他们自由发挥。我的家庭教育是我本身的身教了，我很少跟他们讲，没有言教方面，就是我所作所为。其实我们人是身教，身教就是看孩子要看到父亲在做什么，母亲在做什么。言教就是要由我们去讲他这样做，因为孩子他们只有他们的想法不一样。 他们所接触的东西跟我们这代人不一样。我小时候啊就没有父亲，因为我自己独立，我自己思考，我知道我在做什么。一个人最重要要了解自己，因为我本身我了解自己，我知道什么可以做，什么不可以做。我生活很简单，就是早睡早起。 我就喜欢看报纸、看电视，最重要我喜欢阅读，阅读是我终身的学习。对，我是很多书，因为 knowledge is power， 我相信这句话。
What is your takeaway from this video? We hope that you can have something to keep in your heart based on what he has shared with you. Thank you, Mr. Lin. So we are coming to the end of our program tonight, and I just want to have a reflection of what we going to share or what we have shared with you. But before that, if you have any friends or anyone that you know that you can share their story, do scan the QR code and get them to contact us. We would love to share the story with many, many more people. So with that, let's have the reflection of what we have shared tonight. So basically, to know your significant others is to know their past, vision, and life goals. Now just take note, do not be too intrusive. Just ask gently Especially in the past, they may have some sensitive issue, so we need you to be sensitive about it. If they are not ready, do not push for it. But if you have a listening ear, they will open up to you. Second, understand their temperament and their energy level. And this especially how they react to things, especially those things that are, well, not so positive. And this is the time to really understand that, so that we are more well prepared on how to react to their reaction. All right. Third is to understand their level of self-control and their discipline. Now this is important because coming together as a family, having children, is no longer just about romance, which of course is important. But then the other is bread and butter. And of course, your many projects that you're going to do together. Now, without self-control and discipline, all these things are not going to happen. And I hope that this can be an adventurous journey once again to understand your significant others better. So with that, just a reminder to continue to connect with us. Right in front of you, we have 4 QR codes. The first one is if you want to continue to receive our daily inspirational quote, here we go. We have a QR code for you to scan, and that's where we have let you access to our 3,000 over qubits, which is enough to last you for 10 years. Now, if you want to continue to receive our 100 ideas how to live life to the fullest, we welcome you to join our Telegram channel. Now, do not worry, your identity will not be revealed. In fact, no one is going to know who we are, and you will not be overwhelmed with all this because we are conscious of that. So we'll just make sure that they are regular, but it's not going to overwhelm your Telegram. So we look forward to see you in our Telegram channel. And next, if you are interested or you have someone with a BounceSG story to share with others, we are looking forward for you to contact us, and we will be working with you and see how best we can tell your story and share with many others. Last but not least, we're going to share with you our AR Butterfly Family Challenge. And this is something that is our innovation. And we hope that your family will enjoy this activity. Better is that you can even accomplish this as a challenge for yourself as a team. And basically all you need to do is to scan this QR code and get our butterfly with you and take a photo. And with that photo, post in your Instagram or Facebook and make sure that you hashtag LLTTF challenge. And what we'll do is that we'll find our best few photograph, and we're looking forward to give you our mystery prize. And the other challenge on top of that, the challenge is also identify the name of this butterfly. And if you have guessed that correctly, we will be looking forward to give you our mystery prize. So with that, we will end with this video and how you can play your fun butterfly family challenge.
Come, take on the LLTTF Family AR Challenge. Parents, get your QR readers ready and let's go! Scan the augmented reality code on the screen with your reader and open the web page. Then read the instructions and tap on the augmented reality icon on the bottom right of the butterfly. Set the butterfly down and watch it fly. See if you can follow the butterfly and find its name hidden on its body. Get your children in on the fun too. See if they can too find the butterfly's name. Shh. No hinting. Don't leave anyone out. Get as much of your family to join in as possible. The more, the merrier. Finally, take a picture to keep a memory of the fun times you've had together. Try to get the butterfly in the shot too. Scan the code on the screen now to participate in the challenge. And don't forget to have fun and live life to the fullest.
So with this, Roland Ang signing out, and I will see you next week.
LiveLifeToTheFullest.tv, a big learning community. Uncle Roland and his friends are ready to listen and be your friend. Yeah, yeah, live life, yeah, yeah, to the fullest. Yeah, yeah, live life, yeah, yeah, to the fullest. Big potential is what you have. The situation will drive you mad. If disappointed or anxious, lost or confused and aimless, we will help you to take action. Work together with one mission. Live life to the fullest together. Live life to the fullest forever. Yeah, yeah. Live life. Yeah, yeah. To the fullest. Yeah, yeah. Live life. Yeah, yeah. To the fullest. Yeah, yeah. Together. Yeah, yeah. Forever. Yeah, yeah. Together. Yeah, yeah. Forever. Live life to the fullest. Live life to the fullest. Oh, 凶啊. Hey, maybe you can do a better job. Alright. Hear from you.